All right, welcome back to the channel, subscribers, and Merry Christmas. It's Christmas Eve today when we're doing this video, so special shout out to everybody. Happy holidays and all that good stuff. We're going to talk about Gervonta Davis, who I believe is one of the most underrated fighters in boxing, and I don't understand why, but he has this great fight coming up with Gamboa. Let's talk about that, and also the lightweight division with Vasily Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez, and how I think this stuff is going to play out in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel, subscribers. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And also I want to say a special thank you to everybody that supports the channel and the channel memberships. We were able to actually sponsor a boxer off the money that we've gotten through the new channel memberships. If you are a longtime supporter of the channel and want to support boxing, hit that button right there to join the channel. There's three different levels of memberships you can join that. Shout out to everybody in the Patreon community, and also we got more videos coming up, and we're going to be adding a lot more high quality Patreon uploads coming up in the year 2020. I also want to say a special thank you to everybody that comes by the live streams. Check us out every Sunday morning, 8 a.m. at OG Boxing Talk with my partner Blood Boxing and the rest of the panel, KQKC, Trap House, and my man Curtis Henderson, the boxing historian. Now, let's get into this Gervonta Davis Gamboa fight. Look, for me, I have been one of the biggest critics of Gervonta Davis that there is during times in his career when this dude was acting a fool. Now, I believe that he was acting a fool because he's a young champion, just got a lot of money. You know, it's kind of, just kind of got a kind of a wild personality. And, it was what it was. He lost his championship that he had at 130 pounds, the IBF championship. He lost that on the scale before the Francisco Fonseca fight by missing weight. He also had to go to the scale a couple times, and the fight before that had to go to the scale a couple times, the fight after that. So, I was really worried about Gervonta Davis as far as, what was going on with him and his discipline and the stuff going on outside the ring. But over the last year, Gervonta Davis has basically turned what I consider to have turned a new leaf, to really have dedicated himself to the sport of boxing. You can see he's talking a lot less crazy. He's doing a lot less stuff outside of the ring that are cause for concern. But the whole time that this has been going on, from the time I started watching him, which was maybe a fight or two before the Jose Pedraza fight, this guy has not shown anything but excellence in the ring. I have no clue how people can act as if this guy is some overrated hype job that is just going to be food for Lomachenko and food for Teofimo Lopez, and how he's never fought. I don't get it. You look at who the guy has fought, and they're not necessarily the biggest names in the world, but these guys, the guys that he's fighting, some of them are ex-world champions. Some of them were definitely Jose Pedraza. When he beat Jose Pedraza went up a weight class and won another belt. What you see in this guy in this ring is absolutely positively legitimate. And for me, he's one of the most, and because of the way that he's talked about outside the ring by most people that I hear mention him, he, to me, is one of the most underrated boxers in all of boxing. I don't know of anybody else that has accomplished as much as he is with the skill set that he has, with the knockout power in both hands. How many, is he on like a 10 fight knockout streak, right? That gets less credit than him. You have guys, in my opinion, that have not done a lick more in their career, and like Monster Inoue, who gets a ton of credit despite the fact that he hasn't done anything. He hasn't done anything more significant than Gervonta Davis is, except the fact that he's little enough to fight in 3 weight classes that are separated by 4 pounds. Regardless, that's what I think about Gervonta Davis, and I think that this fight with Gamboa is going to be more of the same afterwards. Gamboa is a legitimate fighter, and now he has a big name, obviously. because of what he did at 126 pounds, what he did at 130 pounds. When he got up to 135 pounds and he fought Terrence Crawford, he lost to Terrence Crawford. I think he also, through a lot of different promotional issues or whatever that he had, switching between I think he might have been fighting on was that a Top Rank card on ESPN that he lost to against Robinson Castellano on? But it was a few years ago. The guy's only lost 2 fights. One was to Terrence Crawford, and the other one was coming off of a layoff to Robinson Castellano. This guy is an Olympic gold medalist. He is a very, very skilled fighter, but one admittedly that is up in years a good bit. But if Gervonta Davis gets him out of there dramatically, look, man, a whole lot of you guys are going to act like who cares? It's just Yuriorkis Gamboa, and not to give the guy the credit that he deserves. Now, I'm not saying that he should be de facto considered the best lightweight, right? And I'm not even calling this fight a championship fight. I do believe this is for the WBA regular belt and not the WBA super belt, which is held by Vasily Lomachenko. But I believe that this is a legitimate step up fight, moving up in weight from 130 to 135. And it's something that I'm very, very much looking forward to. Not only because I think that Gervonta Davis eventually is going to be the best 135 pounder. And I mean that. I think that as far as the people that are going to wind up being at 135 pounds for a period of time, that Gervonta Davis is going to be the best guy there. Vasily Lomachenko, and I'm saying it now, unless something changes between now and the time that the fight happens with Teofimo Lopez, look, man, I'll make my official predictions there, but as I'm thinking about it now, without really having broken down the film and done all that stuff, I'm thinking, man, that there's a significant chance that Teofimo Lopez is going to knock off Vasily Lomachenko. And that's pretty much based on a lot of the politics that I typically see going on around Top Rank fights. He's pretty much set up in it's pretty much the perfect time for Top Rank to knock off Vasily Lomachenko and use Vasily Lomachenko, an aging fighter who has looked vulnerable, as a way to build up a young fighter, a young capable knockout artist in Teofimo Lopez. But Teofimo Lopez is not going to be staying at 135 pounds, period. He's already a big guy. More than likely, he's moving to 140, going to wind up at 147 pounds. The other young star in the 135 pound division is Devin Haney. Devin Haney likewise is at 135, but Devin Haney is going to wind up being at 140, 147 pounds before too long. I think that Gervonta Davis is going to wind up at 135, and he's going to stay at 135. And he's in a position to get his hands, because of his promotional company. And I think that Floyd Mayweather Jr. is not getting Floyd Mayweather and Leonard Ellerbe and Mayweather Promotions used to get a lot of heat early on in the beginning of Mayweather Promotions, the way that they treated Mickey Bay, and just kind of and the way that they were throwing fighters in with the Wolves, Jay Leon Love, and these guys before these guys are actually ready, or they might not have been that skilled a fighter, right? But that's not the mistake. They're not making that mistake with Gervonta Davis. I believe that they are putting their full knowledge, their full and considerable boxing knowledge in as far as developing him in the ring and picking certain people for him to fight to develop him along till he gets to his 27th, 28th fight, right? But also they're going to be the type of guys that are going to be able to actually get him the fights with the different sanctioning bodies, with the exception maybe of the WBO, which I am thoroughly convinced is going to wind up still being in in the hands of Top Rank. That's probably a belt that Shakur Stevenson is destined to get. But that's a fight that I can see down the road at 135 pounds, is the Shakur Stevenson versus Gervonta Davis type of fight. But I think the rest of those guys are going to be cleared out of the division. And this fight with Yuriorkis Gamboa is the first step in that, from what I can see. And again, I think Gervonta Davis is a terrific fighter. If you look at this guy's fights, man, this guy is one of the rare fighters in boxing that really can put you out, not just and with body shots too. He can put you out with a body shot. He can put you out with a head shot. He can put you out with a left hook, with a right hook. The guy has man. It looks like his power is equal in both hands. His defense to offense is awesome. I mean, I just am really, really big fan of this kid, and I can't see why he doesn't get more credit. Other than, I mean, I understand the dislike for Floyd Mayweather and Floyd Mayweather Promotions and Mayweather Promotions. That's an easy feeling to have. It's also an easy feeling to have about all that outside of the ring stuff. But look, man, when it comes to this Friday, I'm looking forward to it. Also, I'm looking forward to Badou Jack versus Jean Pascal. I think Badou Jack is about to take out Jean Pascal and get, I think that's going to be like for a minor belt at 175 pounds. And then Badou Jack will be out there to fight the Bivens. He can be out there to fight. Hey, I would love to see Badou Jack versus Beterbiev. I think that would be a good fight. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.